and gentlemen, welcome to our CDCA opening event. I'm Gabriella, an exchange student from China, and also one of the organizers of our association. Well, we are extremely flattered to see so many people showing up in this room today. Well, this to some point shows that how much you guys are interested in China, or working in China, or experiencing a different culture, or just to have fun. Whatever the reason is, I hope that when you go out of the room later, everybody can get something from our event. So during the session, there will be an iPad passing around from here, where you can write down your names. Okay. Well, yeah, it's pink one because I just took off the outfit of the iPad, but then my partner said it's better to put it on because it's more easy to recognize. So it's a pink one, and you can write down your names and email address on it. Be one of our members, so that we can send you some information about premium exclusive internships in China later on. And also we will send you our survey about this info session, so that we can know how we can do to improve, and what kind of surveys and the information you would like to get from us. So, and also we have our Facebook page, as many of you may have already seen. Like it and pay attention to it, because we will post many useful information on it, which you will find interested in. And also we will have our association website in around a week, and then we will send it directly to your email address. Okay, so much about this background information. And now I'd like to invite our guest speaker today, Associate Professor Seng Ooi, to tell you about whether China is a good choice for you or not. So I'm going to play this. No, last page. Yeah, because there is personal info of Mr. Seng Ooi. Sorry. So a little bit about him. He's a CBS associate professor, and well, good things need time to be shown, Yeah, it's coming. And he's also the director of the Center of Leisure and Cultural Services Research. And his research areas include cross-cultural management, international business strategy, tourism development, place branding, cultural policy, art world, and most recently, social media. So let's welcome Mr. Seng Ooi to give us a speech.
Hi, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. It's great to see so many of you, and I feel very honored and privileged to be here. And this is a student initiative. All right. So I think the team over there has a very bright future. They make things happen. All right. And that's what you should do too, because if you go to China, you have to make things happen. All right. I realized while I was preparing this 10-minute presentation that I'm going to talk to people who have already been converted. You all want to go to China. Isn't that correct? It is exciting. I do not know. I can see that there are some of you who may actually be from China. How many of you are already from China before? You want to go back home to do your internship? That's not a bad idea, right? Because there are so many things that are actually happening in China. one of the issues that we actually have to think about is, why do you want to do, you can be a student, you can attend a course, I'm doing business in China, you can do your internship, or you can actually live there. You don't know a lot about China, you understand the society better, and then if you are a tourist, you are just enjoying yourself. Okay. That is only partly true. I think if you want to get the most out of your trip, you have to ask yourself, there are a few internship places, not all of you will get to go there. Right? Look around you, everyone is a competitor. Right? I'm not asking you to kill one another. Right? But I'm sure they'll choose the best people, and I'm sure there will be more places that are available eventually. But consider your own attitude towards China. Why do you want to go there? Is it because you want to improve your CV? Is it because you want to improve your Chinese, if you have some to start with? Or you just like Chinese men or women and you just want to go there and find someone? There are many reasons. I see that resonates with you. Okay, there are many reasons. I've met many students who were there, and I think all of them I met said that they enjoyed themselves. They enjoyed themselves and they have learned very much. So that is a common answer. But eventually, I realized that they learned different things and they enjoyed themselves differently. You have to be aware of that. When you do an internship, I think the advantage is that you are going local. You're going to stay there for a few months and you try to be Chinese-like. Are you sincere about that? I've seen many interns, many expatriates who go there and just mix around with their fellow expatriates and foreigners. They go to wonderful bars, enjoy themselves, and get wonderful services. I think you can ask some of the Chinese here. There's nothing wrong with that, but you are not going to know a lot about China. I go with my executive MBA students to China twice a year. They are all very excited. I enjoy going with them, and of course it's a short trip, and they get wonderful services. For example, you go to Shanghai, they go to Baruch. Some of you know Baruch, right? It's supposedly New York Times ranking as one of the top 10 bars in the world. It's a fantastic place, right? And personally for me, I do not like to go there because I look too local. I don't get a lot of services. Right? I think you get services because you look like a cash cow, that means you're a foreigner, or that you're a very pretty young Chinese lady. I'm none. But there's nothing wrong with that, right? But that is just one part of China. Right? So the question for you is, there you go, native. Right? You're going to discover that from your textbook, from your classes, China is about Guanxi, that is relationships. China is about the central government. China is about Confucianism. China is about fake Gucci bags. Right. That is true. But you're going to soon find out that the copy markets that you visit are filled with foreigners. The only locals there are those selling you those stuff. The Chinese themselves have a lot more class. You're also going to find out that is China a Confucianistic society? You'll soon find out that they are progressive, they are open-minded, and if you think that you are a Viking, they can Viking you away. Right? They can have a lot of fun, they are progressive and open-minded. China is not about Guanxi as much as it is about Guanxi. China is not about copy bags as much as it is. You're going to visit a continent. So the question for you is this. When you are there, I hope many of you will actually do it. Understand the Chinese in its own context. Understand the Chinese in their own terms. Why do they behave in certain ways? They are not caricatures. Even if you go there for 6 months in an internship, will you really understand them? How long does it take you to understand your boyfriend or your girlfriend? Or have you started to understand them? And it's very unlikely that you actually do it in China. But China is so big that whatever you say about China, it will be true. And whatever you say about China, it will be false. And the truth is, the Chinese, you want to be like you. In a few years' time, China will be the world's biggest country that speaks English because they are learning that language. So if you are studying very hard, like Riccardo and Michael here, tough shit because the Chinese will speak English to you. So it's not a disadvantage that you don't learn Chinese, but learning languages is always fun. So pick up. They will want to respond to you as much as you want to them. You will not be Chinese, neither will the Chinese be Danish or wherever you come from. But I think the most important thing is your attitude. As I say, I've met many interns, expatriates during my trips. Some of them will come back, they say they enjoy themselves, but they have a particular view about China, and for me that is the gated communities, that is about Barouche and all the nice bars. The challenge for you is, if you are going to China, ask yourself whether you are sincere about learning about the country. That is, you are going to go in and go native and eat what the Chinese do, interact with them and learn with them. I think if you have that attitude, I think China and the internship will be very, very exciting. If it is not, then it will just be an extended tourist trip. And I've shown you this little picture here is because another student organization is organizing a study trip. If you don't get to go for your internship, maybe you want to go for a study trip, right? It's nothing compared to what you have here, right? But it may be interesting for you, right? They are also on Facebook, right? So I'll just conclude by saying that, like it or not, all right, I hope as many of you go for the internship as possible, you will get to know different Chinas. You will interpret China in your own ways. Go with the right attitude, and you're going to enjoy yourself, and your CV will look fantastic. Thank you very much.
Way they will deal with people and in what way they will do things. But then when I came here, I felt many things are different from what I've heard. So I guess this is a good chance for you to explore the real China. Okay, next, my partner, Michael, who is a CBS student here and also one of the organizers. He's going to tell you more information of our association and also tell you about his own experiences of living and working in China. He's going to tell you how to avoid pitfalls and take shortcuts. Let's welcome.
Thank you. So, hi. I'm going to talk a bit about first organization. If you particularly Danish or other international students, if you've been reading the newspapers, you're going to see that they're saying the Chinese are coming, they are taking our jobs, they're better in the PISA surveys, now they're the world's largest trading country, and in a few decades they're going to be the largest economy in the world. Well, some people said, alright, let's not buy anything Chinese. Let's buy Danish. Let's just have our own little economy and try not to give them any money and try not to give them any wealth. How about no? Well, we can't beat them. They're powerful and they're great. Well, why don't we join them? Can you find the Dane in that one? That's me when I was 16. So, what are we thinking? How can we, well, join them is a bit provocative. What I'm thinking about is we should work together. We should see the possibilities rather than the threat. And we here in our organization, we're thinking of 3 initiatives that can help boost the cooperation between Denmark and China, and especially for students here in Denmark, even if they're international, Chinese or Danish. So the first one is this event that you're attending right now. It's about internships. We want to promote work and intern opportunities, and this is the first step to promote these opportunities. And the next step for small, medium, even big companies, even for small things. And a lot of the companies, they can't afford the really high consultancy fees. But if we made something here that kind of we went together and we solved some of the issues that they had in a professional, competent way, we think that this would create some dynamic in our society. The third step is that we believe strongly in entrepreneurship, and we believe one shouldn't think of how can we get a job, but how can we create a job. So all the entrepreneurs here in Denmark, anywhere, they have some issues. It can be how do they make a website, what are the tax, legal issues, import, export, how to do different things. Well, what if we put China in front and kind of taught people here, or well, not us, but competent people who know what they're talking about. They come here and they tell how to make a web shop in China, and they tell you about specifically, like into the details, SEO, search engine optimization on Baidu and not on Google, stuff like that. Then we could create something great. All of these initiatives are something that we want to do, and this requires the support of people. We are only as strong as the amount of people working on it, and we also want to have support from organizations and companies to do so. So, I want to work in China, and each had their own reason. What was my reason? Well, I was studying Chinese, where I were, and I wanted to promote, improve my Chinese. So I was thinking, well, if I want to improve my Chinese, I should be in China. I should be working in a Chinese environment. The second thing was that I wanted to see the real China. You know, in contrast to those, as Tansen told about, expats, students who play a lot in bars, and you know, when I was studying in university in Chongqing, all the foreigners, they were speaking English with each other, even though they were studying Chinese, but well, they didn't really even talk with Chinese at all. They didn't have Chinese friends. So when I talk about real China, I was thinking working in a Chinese place with Chinese colleagues full time. My approach? Well, I didn't know much. I just said to myself, I want to do it. I did the Chinese way, 关系, it means relationships. Asked people who knew people, who talked with people who had a job. So it was a bit complicated, but they found someone in a restaurant where I could work, and yeah, why not? It's good for learning language. Then that was a problem. They couldn't give me a visa. It's a bit tricky, and most of them, they think it's too troublesome, so they don't really want to provide that. Well, an example of how things are different in China and Denmark is that I was thinking, okay, at that time I was at university in Chongqing, and I was thinking, well, I should tell them that I'm not going to be there anymore. No, my friend said no. Chinese friends all said you shouldn't do that. But I'm like, that's the right thing to do. No. In China, no. I couldn't believe them. But I followed the advice. Then my Swiss friend, he also wanted to go to another place, and he did tell them he lost his visa. Well, I had my student visa for the next half a year because I didn't tell them. So in that sense, the Chinese tip did work. And I didn't do it for money. You know, when I went there, I worked for less than kontanthjælpsmodtagere. You know, those on government subsidy, no, what's help? I forgot the word. So I did it for the experience. Then this is the place. This was a restaurant where I could work, and well, they provided food and a place to live, although no privacy because we were living all in a dormitory with, well, 15 other guys. I mean, guys and girls were separated. So it was a spy museum, actually quite interesting. It was kind of high class for VIP people, government officials, military people from big SEO, state-owned enterprises, police, chiefs. They were coming there because they had, it was quite exclusive and very expensive. And what were I doing there? Well, I realized that my job was to increase business opportunity. Like they have a foreign guy, because, go one step back, the restaurant is the core of Chinese culture and business. It's there where the deals are made. You know, they go over dinner, they talk, they drink, and they sing stuff. So, having me there, I could kind of give some face, I could entertain them, and I could sing Chinese songs, I could do some acting, create some harmony, and, you know, drink with them, and oh, they were so happy, they could drink with a white guy. Cool, for them. So that gave my boss a lot of face, so to speak. And that is the boss. He was quite powerful. He didn't talk to me the first month. But after a month, or more, I were kind of thinking I'm wasting my time there. I'm just there drinking, eating, touring, explaining them about the, like, tourists about the museum, because it was a spy museum. Then I asked, hey, can I, yeah, I've been working here, I would want to do something else. I wanted to stay loyal because of the guanxi, because if I just leave, then that leaves someone else in a bad position, they have to explain themselves to others, and it's a bit complicated. So I was thinking, well, this boss is quite powerful, I want to work in some of these other companies. So yeah, they were like, sure, you can work. So you work in the morning at the advertisement company till afternoon, and then when you're done, you go to the restaurant back till 9 o'clock. Same pay, you just work more. Well, it was an opportunity, why not? I wanted challenge and training. I found out that the advertisement there was pretty much based on, you know, the boss, his contacts. They were having some dinner, they talked, and then, okay, you have the deal. It's not based on competency, because they really lack creativity. They were doing art stuff, so they went on a web page and they found something, they copy, paste, and art, advertisement. And they didn't really do any social marketing, or they just plagiarized a lot. I wasn't really impressed by that. And so, he also had an investment company, which basically means they're sitting at a table having food, eating and drinking and talking. Great. I thought it was something more, but yeah, we're there at banks, at banquets and different meetings. And well, insert white guy here. That's actually this position for the lucky ones who are the white guy. It's a job position where you go to meetings and you're being the white guy. And that gives face, and the potential customer thinks that they are really powerful having a Western professional guy there. Alright? So, well, they went even further. They said, hey, we are having this VIP club for a really beautiful place. It's under construction, there's a lot of expensive stuff in there, but you want to be there and sleep there? You can get your own room? I'm like, hell yeah, I'll do that. But you just have to take care of the security. So when I went home after 9, I would like sleep at the work 24/7. That essentially meant that I were working for half the wage of my Chinese colleagues, migrant workers, so to speak, and I worked double time. Great. And this was the room, like a little corner here where I could look at all the cameras. Wow. So that's what I did, and like some reputations of that is that I really felt a lot of difference in the way they were working. I mean, human rights, well, that's going too far, but worker rights, no. You had to negotiate with yourself because the boss, whatever he said, that was the rule. You didn't like it, you could go. There was so many else to pick from. And well, that kind of also causes this tension that some of the workers, there was like a fight between the workers and the management. The management wanted them to work as much as possible for as little as possible, while the workers wanted to do as little as possible for as much as possible. Meaning that some of my colleagues, they could take a glass and kind of clean that for 4 hours while watching some movie behind a desk, and the manager didn't find out. Then when they did find out, one of my friends was sleeping under the desk. He got fired after the 3rd time of being found out, and well, you gotta go back because they provided the dormitory and the food. Well, you're fired now, so immediately you don't have a place to stay. Oh yeah, and your pay is going to be paid after next month, kind of an incentive for them to not leave. So he didn't know what to do, and that was none of their problem. I think that was a bit harsh, but what can you do? Well, looking productive, lack of incentive for efficiency, yeah, they work a lot, but productivity per hour, I still think we are a bit above. I mean, here we can't afford to have people employed doing nothing. And then the managers, like, this is an important point, that one likes face, another likes talent. So some, they measure you, how much face do you give me, others they look at how smart are you. And this is the point here. So this guy, he were the right hand of my boss. Quite mafia like. What he did was to follow him, eat and drink, and drive the boss around on his scooter. That was his job description. And well, he had a good position, he could do whatever he wanted. But he became too complacent. He kind of felt too secure in his job, so he started to talk with some girls outside of marriage, and my boss doesn't like that. He's still very traditional in values, and he was saying that this guy is so bad because he don't take care of his wife and children, but could spend his money and time with this other woman. But the main issue that I saw was that whenever the boss called him, he was too busy talking on the phone, and that doesn't go well. When the boss calls you have to reply immediately. So he got kicked out. I took his place. So I was so lucky to get to carry his wallet. So whenever I'm going anywhere, oh, Michael, take my wallet. Yay. So I became his right hand. And it kind of says something that you have to maintain those relationships because they come and go, and it really means a lot of things, like the perks sometimes really are based a lot on how friendly, how your relationships are. Same here to some extent, but this is like a lot more. Then let me finish my story here by saying that there's a lot of things that I felt was really strange. I didn't understood, like, why did they do that? Why this, why that? Like, I mean, why, in the beginning I was asking, why are you not productive? I mean, I came there, I really want to work. Well, they let you work. And when we're done, they give you more work. So you learn, okay, there's no incentive for me to actually do more, so I'll not do that much. That's a bit sad. Hopefully the new managers are gonna be a bit better at creating incentives. Who is standing on the lines? Well, having classmates, co-workers, friends, going from the Chinese to, well, us. Like, they're like me and you kind of get it so close that you don't see this difference anymore. And then, well, it's very complex. You have to see it by yourself. Each have their own impressions, their own perspective, and you should see it yourself, essentially. Thank you very much.
Like hear me? Yeah? So I'm not an exchange student, I mean I'm here full time, but it's okay. So that is actually the second part of the information seminar. This is actually the really interesting part. Can I get like here? Yeah. So as you know, I'm going to talk about internships, but I'm not going to talk only about internships today. I'm going to talk about a really great opportunity, an opportunity that can really change your life, can change your career path, and can really help you to develop yourself. I mean, you're welcome to go alone, as Marco did. You're welcome to look up on internet at the different proposals and apply for them, but you don't really know what is behind that. You might get there and then picking up wallets and things like this, yeah, bringing wallet around. So the thing that we create is a network of a trustworthy partner that we know how they work. And we know that the internships that I'm going to show you today is stuff that you're going there, you're not going there for making coffees, you're not going there sleeping in a shitty place, you're going there for learning because the companies need you, because they really want you. There are bad companies in China that are narrow-minded, and there are really good companies. I mean, the economy is growing, they cannot be all idiots. So, as you saw on the Facebook page, we defined this internship as exclusive and premium. I only want to take 1 minute to say why are they exclusive. They're exclusive, and you're the lucky people here. Really sorry that other people didn't join, because only the people who will sign up with a really cute pink iPad and with their email address will have the possibility for applying for these internships, this position. Okay. Usually these internships, we took them from a human resource company. They usually advertise them through their own network. Everybody in the work can apply for them. Everybody through the internet, through different channels. We simply talk with them because we have a really close relation. And we say, okay, stop, give me a couple of internships. I want to keep them only for CBS. I'm making this event. I want to make this event. Here at CBS we have enough skillful people, and they think I can cover this position. So yeah, if you're qualified enough, you're going to get these internships. They're premium because they are good. They're simply good. I mean, we have been pushing a lot, and they give us really good stuff. You're going to work for a good treatment, and you're going to work for a really good company. So please, also when you do the CV, don't write bullshit because I want to send people that are prepared. Otherwise, it's a question of trust and mutual trust. And yeah. So we have different human resource companies. We're collaborating with different of them. And one of our major partner is these guys, Your Career China Consulting. Why did we like them? Because we have been researching a lot, and they are the people that they provide the best service, and they are really nice people because they give a lot of support. They're really nice people, not under a business point of view, really under a human point of view. They really care about what they do. They are a human resource company. They've been working in China for 4 years, really well-established company, and when you stay 4 years in China, yeah, things are going pretty fast there, so, you know, it's because you're good and you provide a good service. And yeah, what do they do? I mean, being a human resource company, they focus on really fast-growing, flourishing companies that they can be Western companies or Chinese companies that are in China, that have big business relations with other foreign companies or are trying to enter in like foreign markets. So these companies, they really need like Western staff. They really need Western qualified, skillful people. Why can't they find them by themselves? Because, you know, in China, you have, I would say, you have 3 categories of foreigners. You have the exchange students. No matter how good they are exchange students who cannot work. You have a study visa, okay? They cannot hire you. You have the expatriates that have been sent by other companies, and so you already have the job. And you have people who are in China because they didn't manage to do anything in their own country. So it's not really good people. So what they do, they connect this really good company, this amazing company, with amazing people like you. Okay, so we have different internships, and if you enter in our system, in our database, which kind of position you can aspire to, you can take a position in a Chinese or Western company, always working in China. Then the firms we have, they're going to be from small and medium enterprises until the Fortune 500 companies, and we have a pretty good number of them, of course, yeah. And there is only two conditions. First of all, I mean, it depends what you like. You know, you always like the trade-off between staying in a small company and a big company. If you are in a small company, you can have more initiative. You know, people might listen more to you, and you can really develop like your idea. Instead, if you are more like in a business company, you're just like the little fish. You're in a big company, sorry, you're like the little fish, and so you have like just to learn. No? But your CV will look amazing. I mean, yeah. The second condition is that you have to be skillful enough, because the difference between a human resource company and students organization is that company are addressing this human resource company because they need skillful people. Okay, it's not that okay, our main goal is to find you. Their main goal is to find you an internship. Their goal is to find the right candidate for that position. And if they don't do that, they're going to lose the partner. Okay? So, yeah, but this is also give a lot of quality to the position you're going to get, because we only take companies that they really need you. To make it simple, because there are many internships, so we try to divide them into two groups, in two programs. One is the hospitality management training program. We just call it hospitality program, where the requirements are more standard, the level of skills is more low, it's easier to get in, and is more related to leisure and management industry. Okay. Instead, we have the China business program, that is the really cool thing, where there is a lot of variety. You're gonna work in, you can aspire to different positions in different companies. Is where you can really live, how Seng was saying, you can really live China. You have great opportunity. You can learn a lot, develop yourself, and yeah, and a shadow. Yeah, I will just simply explain the details. So I say that the hospitality program is more standard. So you usually work in hotels, okay? So one of the main requirements is just that you usually have some experience in management or anyway leisure industry, and then you speak a good English. And what you're going to get? I mean, I know that this one might look like a vacation package if you read it. So basically, you're going to work in a 4 or 5 stars hotel, and we have, it might be even Hilton and Sheraton hotels, or another chain of big hotels in China. And I really want to say that a 4 or 5 stars hotel in China is nothing comparable to things that we have here in Denmark. I mean, they're pretty shitty, the hotels here in Denmark, compared to what they have there in China. They're bombastic hotels in China. I mean, it looks like a palace when you get in. And they're going to get food and accommodation provided. Food is from the restaurant. The accommodation, you're not going to sleep with a bunch of Chinese people sweaty, and because they've been working 12 hours or 15 the same day. You're going to have probably your singular room, okay? You will have accessibility to the whole facilities in the hotel, and so we're talking about a fucking 4 or 5 stars hotel. And so, I mean, guys, we have a swimming pool, a sauna, gym, a big area, etc. I mean, in your free time, it's going to be, I wish you will find, yeah, also, I don't say this joke, doesn't matter. And then after all of that, you're even going to be paid. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand. But you're going to be paid. The average is 2,000, 4,000 DKK. The thing is, you have to understand that you're not going to have any expenses. Plus, the money that you need in China is far less than what you need in Denmark. I mean, life is quite cheap there. It depends also what you do. And yeah, unfortunately, I'm really sad for that, but you have to work also. Oh my God, it's so much, really 30, 40 hours per week. Oh, how are you gonna do that? It's terrible, huh? My God. No, let's take something else, no? Yeah. So, here I have the first opportunity that it belongs from this program. I'm gonna show it to you quite fast because time is running out. But anyway, if you sign up, you're gonna receive by email, so you can just read it carefully and then think about it, and yeah. Okay, can you read it? No? Scroll. Where is it? Why is it not zooming? Okay, here we are. So I just highlighted the main point. So this is just a more standard level skills. You're gonna stay, look at the picture, that is the hotel. You're gonna stay in a 5-star hotel, which is gonna have guests like Chinese and foreign guests, so this is why they probably want to hire a foreigner, because you have to take care of the foreigners guests. Yeah, you're gonna work probably with Chinese staff, so it's gonna be a really good opportunity if you want to pick up some Chinese and travel in different areas, because I guess they will want to move you from hotel to hotel. I don't know how they're gonna train you. And this is like, it's pretty simple. I mean, it's just reception job. You're gonna just stay, and then probably they will ask you to do probably also the website. They will have an English website, usually standard like this. And yeah, and you're gonna have different tasks. And then here you can see also the hotel, how it's gonna be. You can enjoy all of that. I should go also, I think. I will. Okay. They starting to recruit from January, but they still have some positions available. You're going to be paid 2,000, 4,000 RMB, that is basically DKK. You can try to convert them, it's pretty much the same. And yeah, if you're going to move from place to place, they will pay the expenses. You're going to have full accommodation and meal plan provided. And I think there was written somewhere that you have a singular room here. I can't find it now. And of course, you're going to have support for the visa that I don't know if you're familiar with going to China, but it might be really annoying to making the visa sometimes. At least I had a really bad experience. I had to go to the police twice in 2 different situations. So, yeah. They ask you to speak English and basic Mandarin, and then you will soon realize that as soon as you get in China, if you can only say ni hao, people will stop you and say, oh my God, your Chinese is so good. So, so when they write basic Mandarin, it's really basic Mandarin. I mean, and anyway, we also organize like courses before people are going to China, so if you want to join some of our courses, you're more than welcome. And you can even take a course there. Yeah, you have to be an undergraduate degree or equivalent student. And possible if you have previous working experience. Okay, this was one for the, yeah. So this is the really cool thing, the China business program. In this program we have different internships so that we can go from sales, business analyst, marketing, finance analyst, HR, programming, IT. I'm not going to show anything about programming the IT because I don't think that no one will be interested. Anyway, the companies, yeah, I just said before, they can be like small, medium enterprises or Fortune 500 companies, and you have a lot of choice. There are many, I mean, there are many positions available here, and then I only want to say that we actually we just partner with Isaac China because we had this problem. that we are not like missing the internships, we are missing the right candidates. So we are partnership with Isaac China because Isaac is more like bigger, he has a bigger database of candidates, but they cannot fill them with the whole internship. And so we are making this collaboration. It's something new, started from last week. And the benefits that you can get from the internship in this program, they can be, you're going to receive a trainer, because of course you have to go there, people expect you to do something, they need you, the company needs you, it's not that you're going there for making the team. Networking, that, yeah, you shouldn't show the notes, it doesn't matter. You might say, okay, networking, who cares? But usually in China, when you finish, the working time in the office, then you go out and you have dinner with the colleagues. Then the colleague introduce you to another guy. That guy can introduce you to another person. And as you will soon realize, in China, it's much more important who you know than what you know. I mean, no one really cares what you know. At least from my perception. And. Average salary is 2,000, 4,000 DKK. I want to make a point. If you're good, particularly skillful, we have a special position that they can pay you more. But this is the average. That you also consider that, okay, you might receive an accommodation, but here food is not included. But anyway, you can live up with this money, not in a super wild way, but you're going here because you really want to learn something, and that for experience you're going to work for a really big company. I mean, that should be attractive enough. And you can get more according. It's something that you have to talk with the company. And the visa support, that is something that I recommend a lot because when you start going more in the, if you stay still making, like in the tourist visa, it's something really nice, it's simple. Then when you start moving towards like the internship visa, it gets annoying. Then if you want to do a working visa, because maybe you want to do an internship of 1 year, and so if you want to work a year, you have to shift to the Z visa, it is really, really stressful. And this thing, that people, when I show them this thing, they're just like sad. No. Sorry, I never used this term before. Okay, apparently they had the right CV, they went through the different interviews, they have been taken, they have been chosen, we made the visa for them to China, they arrived to China, they went to work, they were the first day, then the second day they didn't go to work, the third day they worked, then they didn't work for 3 days, they weren't showing up, and this is fair enough. I mean, until you only do that, it's okay. But one of these guys, then he did something also illegal, and he was staying in the company area, because that company was also providing a place. And this caused a lot of problems to the company. This guy, I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but he actually went to prison and things like this, and then now he can no longer go to China. So we lost that partner because this guy, I don't know what was wrong with him, but that's the story. So we need to put a filter, and China is also collaborating with us because we are acting as a filter, that they're serious people, that we're not going to send down their idiots that will damage the company reputation. So it's quite simple. You have to pay, you first go like through the selection, 3 interviews, you talk with the manager, Skype interview, everything you want, you sign the contract, you start the visa procedures, okay? And then you have to pay a lot, 1,700 DKK, really terrible. And then you can get them, and you start working. And then if you are such a decent person that you will keep working for the first month, you will receive your first salary. And your first salary set is around 3,000 DKK. So you basically give up your first salary, 3,500 DKK. So we are sure that you will stay there also for the month after, and you won't go to prison or things like this, I don't know. Yeah, So here we have the real proof thing. This is where the surprise inside the surprise. I'm not going to show you the business development internships in Beijing. Other smart people, we were telling the name of the companies and they were contacting them directly. And so, I mean, the companies using the human resource companies because they want to avoid that. So anyway, so you have the description, and of course, if you're selected, even before paying anything, you're going to receive the name of the company. I mean, don't worry about that. They're a well-established company. They've been doing business from 1990s. They're working in different countries, 8 countries, and they're looking for 7 positions. Here we have developed trainings to promote their beauty technology to this new consumer base. So you're basically, it's more like promotion, marketing, and then you have to promote their products. And then here you have the different tasks. Conduct business sales and promotions with an accompanying Chinese colleagues and translator, so you don't need to speak Chinese, basically. Provide sales, presentation and product promotion, customer relation management, new sales presentation. And now comes the really good part. I really didn't want to do this one when I saw it, because they sent me 2 days ago this one, and I thought I should go and do it. Next time I will, no, I'm kidding. Job requirement, sales and product promotion, degree in business administration, willing to travel part-time and also outside Beijing. Okay, basic Chinese speaking abilities are preferred. And they are always minimum 3 months. And here you get the really nice part. I mean, you're going to receive a salary of 5,000 DKK more or less per month. That you can Google everywhere is the law. If you are an intern, you cannot get more than 5,000. Otherwise, if you want to get more than 5,000, you have to shift to the Z visa, the working visa. If you want to shift to the Z visa, the company has to pay more taxes, and they don't really like that. And for above all, if you want to shift to that visa, you have to already finish your bachelor, and you need to have 2 years of working experience after your bachelor. Okay? Okay. So, yeah. So, and then they're going to give you a bonus if you're going to do the 1-year contract, that it can be other 5,000 BKK according to how you perform. And Your Career China Network membership, because Your Career China, they are headquartered in Beijing. So if you get an internship in Beijing, even if you're going to do something else, you're welcome to go and visit them. And they have a branch in London. And you're going to get the network membership, so basically they invite you to their parties, things like this. And you know, they are human resource companies, they have network with 500 different companies in China, so it's better to at least to keep an eye on them. I mean, yeah, if you need a job. Oh my God. The other ones. Yeah, and then we have the finance intern at China Bridge Capital. So I wrote the name of the company here. We usually don't do that because we have a really good, they know really well this company, and so even if you go there and you try to apply for this position, they are simply saying, well, talk with the guys who are supposed to examine you. So multinational investment bank, China Bridge Capital. I have a PDF with the whole description of the company. If you're interested, we're gonna upload on the website, maybe in 1 week or as soon as possible. And to make it really short, what is this company doing? They are a Western company to make business in China regarding merging and acquisition. So they, yeah, of course, if you're a big, like a Danish company, you don't, or also medium, you don't know how to invest in China, they help you to do that. They give you advice and things like this, and they help you also with the whole medical thing and the old rules you have in China that of course you don't know. And yeah, so the internship description, I don't understand anything about finance, so yeah, I'm just gonna read it. You're supposed to assist in the line management, fund management, cross-border managing and acquisition, equity and data financing projects. Yeah, providing analytical market and company research for possible merger and acquisition, both national and cross-border research, and analyze financial market and current trends in the industry. And inform department head. Customer relation management, learning from, and then you can learn, of course, from all these guys that I don't know because I'm not in the finance world, but yeah, you can Google them. And the job requirements, they are pretty high here. I mean, it's better if they would prefer a master's student for this position, and you need at least 6 months of experience in the field. And the pay is going to be 3,000 DKK per month, more or less. And you have, because you are in Beijing, right? Yeah. And so you also have the possibility to enter the network, this social platform that they have. So these were the internships for today. People, you can get them. I mean, you apply, and then I'm going to consider all the people inside this room. And they, of course, if you match the profile, you will take it. Then if you don't match the profile, I will just sadly communicate to them, okay, let's open them to everybody. But there is a really good chance for you. And how do we work? Is basically, you always, once you go for the internship, you always get the help and the visa support and procedures. If you're so scared about Chinese, I mean, you get there at the airport, oh my God, it's Chinese everywhere, I don't understand anything. You can even, we can come and get you at the airport. They can come and get you at the airport. And you can get language courses before and after going to China, once you're in China. And yeah, you will be invited if you're in Beijing at networking events. Continuous support and assistance while in China. That is something really nice because I had to go to the hospital a couple of times and it's not a really nice experience. You still have the scar. And if you are in Beijing, yeah, you're welcome to go and visit them. So the surprise for today, we actually have other 3 positions that I didn't put them because the requirement they have, they are kind of really high. No, they are not high, but they are really narrow. So they look for people with certain skills. And I think that probably only 5% of the people who are here now could match that profile. But anyway, if you sign up, I will send you also this kind of internship. And yeah, I'm done. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Riccardo. That was very informative, and then it reminded me of something that we forgot to put our partners here in our slides. Sorry. So besides Your Career China, we also have other partners like a local student organization, which aims at enhance the understanding of Danish students and Chinese students. And we also have language partners, which you can get language trainings before going to China. You know, because in China, well, it's not in Denmark. Here, I don't really have the motivation of learning Danish because everybody speaks perfect English, but that's not the case in China. So it's better for you to learn some basic Chinese before you go there. And so, speaking of this, I'd like to encourage any other associations or organizations here to cooperate with us, you know, for mutual benefit. And also, we are looking for HR interns, you know, to help us sort out CVs and conduct interviews. And also, if you want to join us as one of our organizers to pass your wisdom and show your talents, you are also welcome, more than welcome. So just send us a CV and a motivation letter to this email address, info@cdca.dk, and we will arrange you an interview. So I guess that's pretty much for today. And thank you very much for being here for the last 1 hour. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions or you want to talk with us, you are welcome to stay. And if there's no any question, you're welcome to leave too. So have a nice evening.